right. Hi, friendos. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Steph, for 20 months. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I feel so with it. I feel so together. I have done the bare minimum this morning that I expect out of myself. And I would like a prize for doing that. You're welcome, universe. So I'm going a little bit off redemption order, as I think the first... I've already closed the window, I'm not going to go back over there, but this is not the first redemption, but it was the most thematically appropriate redemption, I think. So I figured we'd just stitch a little Moogle today. I thought that would be fun. I knocked out a quick little... I mean, not that you need to remake the pixel sprites. A pixel sprite is made of squares. As Cetho has shown me time and time again, all you need to do is put a grid over it. But I do like having them in my little file. So that way I have additional information on them, like how many colors, how many grays, you know? So I did that in my little spreadsheet. And now I just want to sit in my sweatpants and do nothing today. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm not sure. Thank you so much for 77 months. I appreciate it.
Humph stitch.
Humph stitch indeed. I'm not sure. Because I haven't decided. I'm wondering if maybe we should do one of these, you know? One of the pieces that we started, one of the colored Ida that we did little Sleepy Kirby on. What is this? Why do I have this? It's just 16 count? What is this? I guess this is just not a roll. Alright, that's fine. I don't want to start... I don't want to use a whole new sheet, so I'm gonna have to find what happened to the rest of that. Alright. Hosting dinner? Oh my goodness. Good luck.
Shouldn't that shirt
Gronk!
be corporeal if we are all looking away?
Thank you so much for the bits! Yeah, just don't look. I think this one glows in the dark too, which is really fun. I went through this period of really, really loving like the Yeti and T-Fury, and there was another one too. I don't remember what the other one was. All those like daily t-shirt sites. Man, those were a problem. But I also did it when I was being a little like... I'm wearing form-fitting things, and now I'm just like, they're touching me down in here, and I wish the shirt was like 2 sizes bigger. So now I don't wear them as much as I wish I did. Oh, now I'm thinking about it. I might have to go change my shirt. Fine, we're fine. Everything's fine. Grid's laughing at me. Alright, where are my Pinkin shears? So I know this one's kind of light. Well, I wonder if another one would be better. They're all kind of mostly the same, more or less. This one is darker, but... Oh, well, what can I do?
Oh, it's fine. It's just funny.
Grid, maybe I'm slightly askew.
Well, we know.
Shut up. I can't see.
I loved it.
Yeah, but I feel like you're being sarcastic. I have one shirt from BattleBots. It's a Hypershock shirt because I like Hypershock, but also their aesthetic is like on point, and it says "suck less." And I probably shouldn't wear it to work, but I have. Not on days where I'm interacting with actors. What if Grid is askew? What are you doing, Grid?
Actual color
Oh.
out of the item.
Alright. We must not give Krunk the silica gel packets. We must be very careful. I do keep meaning to get a couple of those, or a handful really, an order of those like teeny tiny embroidery hoop. They're like trendy necklaces. You see them on Etsy? People embroider just teeny tiny little things, and they're little necklaces, and they're cute. I keep meaning to get some of those. And I haven't yet, so. You're fine. You're fine, you're just distracting me. It's fine. I love you. You're fine. It's fine. Probably, like, mount some of these. Ever. Finish some of these. Ever. Maybe we'll see how fast we finish this and... Oh no! Did you survive? Barium juice. Ooh. We are working on the contrast. That's awesome. That's good. Oh, if it's this? I mean, I can turn this off. It just always seemed to help. Ugh, I hate the switch on this thing. That's the wrong way. Well, that sucks because I had a great day yesterday. My yesterday rocked. So haha. But I'm glad it's over, and hopefully you don't have to do it again soon. Oh, come on. Come on, shaky hands. No, it's sort of cross-threaded, but I'm sure it's fine. Rave at the craft table. Imagine that. I don't know what you're talking about. I know, you know, but all those ads said radioactivity was good for you. Remember those? No, you don't, because you're not 100 years old. You are not, in fact, from 1920. Well, alright, part of the problem is we can zoom way in. We can, in fact, help ourselves. Was what in black and white? Ooh, that's... Man, I feel like we've had this looking better. Maybe at night is the answer. I'm also very confused. Oh, well, I mean... There were lots of ads in the early days of discovering radioactivity about the health benefits thereof. I frankly do not remember when the home TV became a thing, so I don't know if they were commercials that were specifically in black and white. I feel like it was probably before that. Mostly they were radio and newspaper ads. But radioactive water, radioactive inserts, radioactive supplements. Omega, thank you so much for 29 months! Shit. My cork with my pins on it. Oh, it's right there. I'm so comfy. Thank you. Alright, hold on. We need to get colors. Or actually, we could just start with black. And then we can worry about colors later. Whatever Grid says. He's the camera boss. Okay, so it's about 23 tall. Alright, so I've actually kind of picked a great spot. So we shall begin right here. And that still just looks so blown out to me. Oh yeah, yes, so yesterday, oh man. A friend told us about this, like, vintage flea market type. I know flea markets tend to be vintage, but the draw of this one the draw of this one was that it was like knowingly vintage as opposed to just thrift. You know what I'm talking about? So we went out to where that was, and it was a little smaller than I expected, and it was like 45 minutes away. So it was fun. It was I love going places with Grid. I don't give a shit. And the flea market was fun, but it didn't take us very long. So on the way up there, we had passed a big like antique warehouse because it's out a way that we don't normally go, that we never seen before. So we stopped. And this warehouse was huge and freezing. There was no heat. And it was not warm yesterday. And the lady that was running it was like a little nuts. And the vibes were weird. But Grid found something and bought it, and as we're leaving, she gives us like this map, this mailer, well, not a mailer, a pamphlet. That's just a map of New York with every thrift store and flea market. It is like a printed thing, so it's got like ads on it. So you have to like, it's not that she just handmade a map. It's, a thing that somebody got designed. With all flea markets, antique stores, thrift shops in like central and eastern New York. So we just went, oh hell yes, and charted out a kind of like meandering path back home. And we stopped at, I don't know, 4 or 5 other places. A couple of them did not have heat, which was terrible. Like these just gigantic warehouse places full of the wildest shit. Freezing. And a couple of them were really awesome. One place in particular had just an absolute fuck ton of vintage Pyrex, which was so exciting because I didn't know much. I know, as of yesterday, I know a lot more about vintage Pyrex than I did the day before. But I have a couple pieces of my grandma's like Pyrex casserole dishes. And if there's one thing that the 60s and 70s had on us today, it's that casserole dishes fucking rock. And making dinner casseroles rocks. So I love my grandma's Pyrex casserole dishes. I use them very regularly. They're fantastic. And I was able to find more of her pattern in different dishes that I didn't have, which was really cool. They weren't, unfortunately, like a find. I definitely spent money on them. I paid for them what they were worth. I didn't, find a stack of them at Goodwill for $2, but that's fine. Not everything has to be, a deal. What else did we find? And we found a couple pieces of Grid's best friend bought like the majority, well, maybe not the majority, but bought a whole bunch of a Wedgwood set when she was here. We went thrift shopping when she was here a couple months ago. But didn't buy the whole thing because the whole thing would have cost like $600 and was more pieces than she could feasibly have. But we found a couple of pieces that were, like the rosebud or the flower bud jar vase, the bud vase or something like that, and a trinket box that she didn't have, so that was really cool. And this measuring cup from, I don't know how regional it was. It wasn't, I don't think it was super regional, but I think it was definitely Eastern US. There used to be a drugstore called Faye's, which when I was little, I loved it because they were like the only place where you could shop for Halloween stuff. they had this whole big Halloween mask area, and I just remember my mind being blown when I was little. 4, 5, 6. And they went out of business in the early 90s, and I don't know, it hovers in this weird area at the edge of my memory that I just don't want to forget that this weird drugstore was a thing. So I found it's like a measuring cup from there, but it's also got a bunch of different units on it, which frankly is awesome. Which actually rocks. So. And a different place we went to, I guess looking it up after, I didn't get quite as screwed as I thought I did, but I paid a little more than I probably should have for one of those, like I posted in Discord, one of those gold Burger King Pokemon cards in the balls. Which I love for some reason. I don't know why, because I don't like Burger King, and we did not really go to Burger King growing up because I didn't like Burger King. Also, I think McDonald's was more convenient to where we lived. But, so we were a McDonald's household. Ow, not a Burger King household. So I don't know why I cared so much about these Burger King toys, but they're like 23 karat plated gold Pokemon cards. Actually, I'll just show you. And it came in the box, which is nuts. So this is what the ball looks like. And it opens. And it's Charizard! He had 6 of them, but they were all Charizards. And like, it was absolutely unopened. The ball was still wrapped in sealed plastic, which is kind of shitty. I probably shouldn't have opened it, but it still came with the certificate of authenticity, which is fun. I remember these being like $20 additional. Like, you had to buy a meal and then you also had to pay $20 for one of these, which was way more than my parents wanted to pay in 1999. I think I had Mewtwo. I know I had Poliwrath. I think Poliwrath is the one that I got, the only one that my parents bought me, and then I think I got Mewtwo from someone else. But I got rid of... Nah, honestly, they're only like $15 now. You can... If you're paying smart money for them, they are $15. I paid $20 for that one, but it was also like in really good shape and I wanted it. They're not that rare and they're not that exciting, but I really like them. And there's only 8 of them, so it's kind of like something that is a little bit more feasible for me to collect, which a lot of Pokemon stuff is just like, you know, there's so many Pokemon now. But, and he also sold me on, I don't know, the guy that was at the counter was just funny. So I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. You can squeeze the money out of me, I don't give a shit. So I also bought a cassette tape, which actually, frankly, is pristine. A cassette tape of the soundtrack of the Pokemon the first movie. Which, I love cassette tapes. And honestly, I think I actually did pretty good on this one, because he sold me these 2 things for $25, and then looking on eBay, this one seems to be going for $30, $35 itself, so I guess I didn't do too bad on that. And this is a special edition Comfort Inn exclusive Pokemon the Movie 2000 activity book, which I think is hilarious. But also, this looks like it's still got the fucking insert in it. This looks like it's never been opened. So this is kind of neat to have. It's got some comics in it. This would have just absolutely blown my mind as a child. But, the soundtrack is so funny because, you know, I know we all remember the Brother My Brother song on here. But there's Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, NSYNC, Baby Spice, Vitamin C, Aaron Carter. Like, man. Hey, Proto. It's so funny. I remember seeing the Pokemon movie. It was not new because I watched it actually in the big theater that I work for when they still did movies in the main stage. And the main stage is like a 2,500 seat proscenium theater, but there was presumably still is a movie projector in there, and they used to do movies. And I said that to our chief of staff a couple years ago. I was like, I watched the Pokemon movie with like 8 other audience members in the main stage. I sat in one of the balcony boxes, and she's just like, oh god, that seems like a waste of money. Brock singing Two Perfect Girls? Oh god, yes. I feel like I remember that. I remember that was the beginning of the end, though, because I remember watching the end credits for the first movie, and it started showing Gen 2 Pokemon, and everybody else, all the other little, you know, snot-nosed kids were losing their fucking minds over Donphan. And I'm just like, no, I don't want new Pokemon. The new Pokemon are stupid. That's, So that's where that started. Snobby exclusionary bullshit. Oh, I was. I do not remember a time where other people were into Pokemon and I thought didn't know what it was or thought it was stupid. I was 100% always on board with Pokemon. What did I see about Hal Town or whatever the fuck that game is? Like, seems really annoying, and watching it get bigger is gonna be really irritating, but if it makes Game Freak uncomfortable, maybe it's worth it. Oh no. We were watching, well, Grid was watching, who, Blitz? Play it? But, and he was having a blast with it, but that's also not fair because Blitz plays a lot of, like, gacha mobile games and has a blast with 100% of them, so... That seems like a valuable niche, honestly, because that's why I haven't started back up with Minecraft ever. Just, if I have to start one more new Minecraft world, I think I'll just die. I'd rather just die. Me too. don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I feel like 90% of video gaming is built on things that suck in real life anyway. I'm not saying that that necessarily need to give anything a pass, but there are certainly a lot of games where we shoot people in the head. In increasingly more realistic ways. You can catch the poachers in the Pokeball. That's funny. Oop, nope, this is wrong. Right, this is right. Did you guys see that article or something like China's poised to ban like 90% of the gacha industry? They backed off it? Oh, man. No. I figured it would be impossible. And frankly, impossible specifically for China. But man, I want it. Although I keep thinking that, you know, all of these other countries, specifically the EU, with like, you know, the things that they're asking Apple to do are going to trickle down to the United States. But no. They're not. Keep being like, please, somebody else's laws, save us. Not gonna happen. Oh man, this one's gonna be so tiny. So little. Oh, and did you see this? Weird got me this for Christmas. So now I have a big enough area to cut out bigger pieces of fabric. I'm so excited. I was almost gonna get out the sewing... Well, I mean, I still might later, but I was gonna do it with stream. I was gonna get out the sewing machine and, well, not get it out. It's right here. But, finish an apron that I had been working on. And I'm still riding that high of thrift shopping. I love looking at cool stuff. I love looking at stuff I've never seen before. I love looking at wild and wacky shit that I'll never put in my house. And then I love finding, you know, the specific neat niche shit that I want to build my life, you know. Build the material part of my life with. Goblin Horde. I also feel like it's kind of sad in retrospect, because I remember being just absolutely dirt fucking poor when I was in college before I met Grid. Well, I mean, I remember being dirt fucking poor with Grid too, but I remember I was looking for a dresser and I could afford nothing, and I found like a $20 dresser, but it was gigantic and it was really heavy and it was just not a functional piece of furniture. That's why it was $20. But it was the one I could afford. And like the doors didn't shut. And I was happy to have a dresser, but I at some point after that I just went, oh my god, if I have to buy one more used thing, I'm just gonna die. I feel so shabby and yucky and gross, and I can't have one new thing that I actually like in my life. I either have to bargain shop or I have to find something that is the cheapest version of whatever I'm looking for, or the most broken version of whatever I'm looking for. And now that I have the ability to buy what I want, more or less, I prefer to take the time to go thrift shopping, to buy secondhand, often because it's, you know, better quality than new shit, but also because because the things that I'm looking for aren't quite so imperative to my life. You know, if you really, really need something and you have to go find whatever exists at Goodwill, and that's it because you need it right now, and you don't have time to save up, and you don't have time to look around, and you don't have time to, you know, that feels bad. But being able to be deliberate in what you choose to acquire, I don't know, just an observation. Yeah, nostalgia for the bad old days, yeah. That's so bizarre because I feel that a lot. You know, past places that I used to work, and I go, oh, you know, I remember that. Let's go into that restaurant where the waitress made me cry. Why? Why do you desire that? The couch was leaking. Oh, Lord. Yeah. I have had a lot of secondhand couches. I've picked a couch up from the side of the road that someone left out for the garbage. I remember trying to wash the couch cushions in my tub, like stomping on them like grapes, and the tub water was brown. And I was just excited to have a couch. Because I didn't have one. Oh, that's cool. Borrow 20 from food. Oh, that hurts. See, I didn't have any professors that knew my name, or the one that knew my name hated me. Certainly none that would have lent me $20. I remember putting $3 of gas in my car once, and the clerk started laughing at me and I almost cried. Yeah, I really hope that I never... I'm similar, or like, at least I'd like to think I'm similar, Crunk. And I really hope, I tell Grid that sometimes, I'm like, I really hope we never get stingy with money. Gotta watch ourselves. Oh, wow. That's interesting. This is fine. Just relax. We can see. that would be very funny, yeah. And I've made no more progress with the Kirby cross stitch, the claw machine one. I worked on it a little too regularly and kind of burnt myself out on it, which is fine. It's not like it's got a time limit on it. I'll come back to it. Now that GDQ's over, I can just put on all the VODs at my leisure. You know, when I was looking through my sprites today, I had forgotten that I did Lena. I forgot because I, at that point, never played any Final Fantasies. And I had forgotten what game she was from. Don't know anything about her. But watching the closing run last night of 5, I was like, oh, right! Lena! I did that! You could sew her. Ooh, I also found a new, well, probably not new to the world, but new to me, new to my experience of the world, stretch that was really helping out my the whole arm problem. So that's awesome. All right. Black outline done. Yep. Black outline done. Now we have to pick colors. Grid got me a couple new needle minders for Christmas too. I feel like needle minders are almost more of a problem than pins because they have utility. Like, I use my pins. I do put them on. But they don't really accomplish anything. They just are put on a jacket or something. Whereas needle minders, you know, you put them on your work to hold the needle. So, kind of like coffee cups, you need one. If you're gonna do the thing. If you're gonna have coffee or if you're going to sew, you need one needle minder. Really helps. And then 2, it would probably be nice to have two in case one is, you know, in use. But then beyond that, you can justify any number of them. Just any number. Okay. So we need, well, we need gold and we need yellow first. So let's, that looks like a pretty good gold. No, I don't like that. I think that looks good. And then we need a dark red, medium red. This is a little too purple, I think. It's funny, I keep automatically going to like the non-DMC colors for red because I just have this extreme fire engine red. Okay, well this one's right, but this one is a little much, so maybe not this one. I think that might be better. And then we need a like a pink. Well, we might actually need two pinks. Yeah, I think we shouldn't share that pink. I think we should use two wholly new colors. Well, Sitho, you haven't made me a 10-hour mix of Moogle music. Please actually do not take that as... Do not take that as a challenge. Please, I beg you. I'm sorry. I apologize. This might be good. This might be sufficient. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. So these are our two reds. Also, this will not take us 10 hours. Thank you, Crunk, for that gift sub. How we only have you to blame. Alright, that's our two pinks. Now we need two tan. Tan is so hard. We need a lighter and a darker. It's so hard for me to, like, contemplate flesh tones because some of them have, you know, this is definitely got pink undertones. This is less pink. This has got yellow undertones. So I have a hard time seeing them. I don't know, they just seem to be a lot more relative to their environment than any other color. Especially, I guess, because their use as flesh kind of lends itself that, you know, it's really relative to what it's around. Oh no. Alright, so these look kind of pinky. So I think this one would probably be good. And then a darker one that is also a little pinky. I think these are too close, unfortunately. So I guess let's go with these. Alright, now we need... three grays. Gray also kind of gets me in the same way, because it's, you know, this is a blue-gray. This is kind of a greenish gray. All right, one of these needs to be different. Do that. And then what? White? All right. Hey, Snake. In theory, I really like all the colors that you only use for like 1 or 2 stitches, because it's like, haha, I only have 3 stitches to go, and then I'm done with this color and I can put it away. But then also that means you have to fucking thread the needle for 3 stitches, and that's so dumb. Oh, unfortunately I will not be on tomorrow. I have a pickup at like 6:15, which means I don't think I will be home until like 8. If I have to take them grocery shopping. Hey, Grid. How'd it go?
Fine.
I did lower the brightness a little. Does it still look okay to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I get for stream. Well, yeah, this morning was the first morning where sun came in the window and hit my face in bed.
Yeah.
Shut up! I don't care. I need the windows open. I cannot have a dark bedroom. It's too dark as it is.
Sleep in a cave.
No, sleep in a cave.
Sleep in a cave.
I'll put a bag over your head. You're so pretty. Not an ugly bag. Just a... Love you.
They may ask you about a metal bed frame.
Who?
True.
Why?
Because they have a mattress and a box spring that they have for the frame.
What size is their mattress?
Full.
No.
Well, I was saying that you had remembered seeing one, and was it still there? And I said, that's company man.
It is still there, but it's queen.
Yeah. So I said they'd have to reach out to you.
Okay. I'm not answering my email before tomorrow.
That's fine. The set designer is going to be there.
Great. Okay.
So that might happen. Or it might not. I don't know.
I mean, they're welcome to take it, but it is a queen.
Yeah.
A sleep mask. Was it hard to get, like, adjusted to having that on your face? It's not even so much that I can't stand sleeping in the dark. That's fine. But I can't stand feeling like there's no airflow and that I'm closed in a place with no airflow, and that's usually the case when you have all the windows and curtains shut. Fair enough. I have very specific blanket engagement when I sleep. It's like gotta be over my mouth but under my nose. Maybe I'll get Grid a sleep mask. But as I get older, I'm discovering that I can sleep anywhere, for any reason, at any time. So, shout out to Gramps. I get it now. Really? See, I can't... aren't those loud? I feel like they've gotten better. Ooh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that they made ones that didn't touch your eyelashes. Also, I think Grid's just fucked up. Because, like, he sleeps on his belly a lot, which is fucked up. Anybody who does that that's terrible for your spine. Stop. But also, he says when he sleeps on his back, if he lays on his back for too long, his arms go numb. That seems wrong, right? Like, that seems bad. That seems like something's fucked up in his back. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody should scan him. Just like see what's up, you know? Chat MD. Well, I feel like a circulation issue is better than a nerve issue. I think that's all we need for that. Ugh. That's tough. I'm trying to drink a little bit less soda, but I also don't really snack, so I'm just sitting here like, I wonder why I have acid reflux all the time. I mean, I wake up in the morning and I don't eat breakfast and then I drink a whole bunch of coffee. And then I drink soda. I wonder why that hurts my insides. It's a mystery. No one can know. Interesting. Yeah, Grid said he had started drinking the Mountain Dew Zero or whatever. Because Grid's one of those people that does not like the taste of water, which sucks for him. And he was having a lot of stomach problems. And they went away when he stopped drinking that. do think it's really funny that the best like fire engine red that DMC has is number 666. Somebody did that on purpose. All right. Possible I should have done the white before this because taking the red over in the middle might show through, but also the Ida is colored, so maybe we'll have less of a problem than I normally have. Now what? Maybe... God, all of these are so small. I wish it were easier to do... I don't know, I find it a lot easier to put in the small colors on the outside first and then fill in with white, which kind of sucks because then that means all the white is at the end and it's boring. I'm gonna start Ukulele in the Impossible Lair on Wednesday. And we'll see if it can make up for its transgressions. The devs need to apologize to me personally. Man, so many of these I have not used at all yet. Look at him, little face. So cute. I feel like I'm pretty okay at picking colors. So good job, me. Definitely want an intern, though, that can rewind all these bobbins. Hate doing that. Least favorite part. Thanks! Thank you! I deserve praise. Alright, what next? Oh! Guess the feats. Might as well just finish with all the little short bits first. Thought you had already been cut, but I was wrong. 4 stitches, we just have gray and white left. Maybe I'll take a moment and take another step on one of the boos to finish them. Okay. I think I cut this kind of short, which sucks. Doesn't really matter for our purposes for this pattern, but it makes it harder to put it back on and save it. So those two are done, and this one is... Do I have fray check? I feel like I ask myself that every time. Am I out of fray check? Possibly. That's already been treated. Oh, actually, this has already been treated too, so we're fine. Man, these boos were so long ago. I just have not gotten around to finishing them. Just have not felt like it. I feel like we're missing one too. Oh, maybe it was the one that I never redid because it was on black. I didn't like that. Nice. Yeah, I have to like trick myself into finishing projects sometimes. Like, yeah, we're working on a new project, but what if I just took a little tiny break? A little one, just a little bitty break, and, you know, worked on the boring part of a different project for just a second. Just a minute, just a minute. 1 second. Oof, well, I could have done this better. Keep seeing spinning wheels at all these thrift store places we go. But I kind of don't want to commit to buying one until... Well, I really don't want to commit to buying one until the basement's done, because I could fit it in here, but I'd rather fit it in here when all of the streaming stuff is not in here anymore. But man, someday... Alright. Well, it's half done. Good job, me. Now let's do something else on here. don't have shit. You don't have a cut piece either. All right. Fine. Oh no, I have made a knot. There we go. So as you're sewing, you're supposed to, you know, change out your needle. Ever. I'm bad at doing this because needles do get worse as they get older. They get blunted and they get like full of burrs that kind of catch on the fabric. But the change is so slow that if you just keep using the same needle, I tend to not notice. Kind of like when your car has an alignment problem and you just keep fucking driving it. And then somebody new drives your car and goes, "What the fuck is wrong with your car?" And you're just like, "Oh, didn't think about it." Yeah, exactly. I've broken needles a couple of times. They will also break. You can snap them in half eventually, which is interesting. But I don't know, they're made of metal, so they're so small. I don't know, throwing them away seems... I don't like throwing them away because they're made of metal and also because I'm afraid they're gonna stick through the garbage bag. So I just keep putting them in a little jar. To what? For what purpose? I don't know. Maybe to sell to the scrap metal guy, you know? In 500 years when I have a full mason jar full of broken needles. Ah, see, I feel less alone. Good. Yeah, currency in the apocalypse. Exactly. I truly just change needles basically never, so I have... Oh, that's a bent nail. Just kidding, I have 2 needles and a nail in here. Bought a little shelf for the kitchen, and it's really not meant to hold a lot. It's a very small... Oh, good luck. Good luck, Evan. It's a little small shelf, so it's got those, like, picture-hanging teeth on the back, so you're supposed to put 2 nails into the wall and just kind of set the shelf on top of the nails, but I want to put glass on it. And I'm a little bit crazy, so I just would like it secured to the wall a little bit better than that, especially also because it's in the kitchen and there's a door to the outside in the kitchen, so it's kind of close to the door. I'm just afraid that it's going to rattle off the shelf. So I just want I want a little angle bracket so I can drill a hole into the shelf and into the wall, and it can be secured to both locations. And I was in the basement yesterday trying to find something to do that with, either a little piece of, you know, metal strap or something that would serve this purpose. And I didn't find anything for this specifically, but it does look like Gramps has kept every single screw that he has ever used in his life. Oh, it is very cold. It's so sunny. I was thinking, oh, we should go for a walk, but then I was like, no, that's a dumb thing that a dumb person would want. Grid will not go with you. Tried to make a Pokestop by my house the other day and it got denied very quickly. Oof. We seem to be pretty calm. I think it's supposed to pick up later this week, wind-wise. I'm excited for spring when I can go back outside and garden. But it is way too early in the year for me to start wishing for that, so... I can't start looking forward to spring till at least the end of February. It. This gray is very light, so I'm having to make sure that I've done it all. All right. Now the super light gray. Okay. Man, I can't even see this on top of the blue that's on here. And in the corner. Come on. All right. I do love all the depth that a bunch of different shades of gray give a pixel sprite. Even though it's hard to see when you're doing it, it really makes them look finished and cleverly designed when you're done. Alright, I think that's everything but the white. We are rocking. Actually, I think I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh no. At least hopefully you're done being outside. Yeah, I took the garbage out last night and it was just a mistake. And then I was looking at the recyclables and I was like, you're not smelly, so what if you stay inside forever? Just a thought. Yeah. Fuck you, son. Oh, right. I'm sitting here going, aren't we missing some booze? Yeah, it's these, dipshit. You know, these that you haven't bothered to put in a hoop yet? Yeah, these. These ones. You thought you were finished. You know it. Man, I've just acquired such a liquor cabinet. I need to dump a bunch of things out. I've got like weird mixers from 30 that are 30 years old. Fucking banana liqueur that was from, I don't know, 1985. Needs to go down the drain. DL Prohibition. Beautiful. I mean, like, I wanted to try to use most of the stuff. I think part of the problem was I did start trying to get through the liquor cabinet in COVID, and I got through all the, like, the shitty Prosecco, because mimosas are easy, and I like them. So, you know, Prosecco and orange juice, sure. Live your dreams. That was fine. And then I was trying to get through the vodka, because there was a lot of vodka. So we got into the Moscow Mules, which I still love. And they're also easy. And then I was trying to figure out what to do with rum. And I was like, well, I really love mojitos. Maybe I could figure out how to make mojitos. But you need, like, a good mojito is, like, fresh mint and simple syrup. And, like, I was just a little bit too lazy to make those work. And then I got stalled. And now apparently I can't drink anymore, so... I also have like 1 million bottles of wine from various things. People gifting me bottles of wine, buying bottles for parties and then not using them, so they go into the cabinet for later. Hey, Rhino. Thank you for the raid. Indeed. He's coming out so cute. I like this little... I'm not sure if this is a flying pose or a sitting pose. I can't quite decide. Hey, Rowan! Thank you, thank you. I never wanted to commit to buying a bottle of absinthe. There's a bunch of places around that do absinthe cocktails, but... Oh, well that's probably good. I think I like gin. Or I like gin in cocktails, I guess. I'm really sad. I have this like specialty small batch rhubarb and honey vodka from this local distillery, well, relatively local distillery, New York distillery, that I really love. And I love the vodka. But just haven't been able to do anything with it. And I finally got rid of the fancy imported biscotti liqueur that my Starbucks boss gave me when I became a manager. Because there was no... I was never going to drink that. And every time I looked at it, I just felt bad, so... I was like, ah, this reminds me of Starbucks. What if I didn't have to feel that way every time I opened one of the cabinets in my home? I gave a bunch of stuff to my assistant because she's, you know, in her early 20s, so... The ideal person to give that kind of stuff to. Got rid of all of the beer that we had, which we don't drink beer, so... I gave her, like, one of those mail bins, just full of beer. And then, like, a couple bottles of wine that I had, like, duplicates of, and then a couple bottles of, like, gas station wine. Like, it says Moscato on it, but it's spelled wrong. That kind of wine. Yeah, she's 20-something. She'll drink it. Like, it's not legally Moscato. Well, barefoot, no, it's worse than barefoot. Barefoot is fine. If you are expecting barefoot and you buy barefoot, that is fine. But it's what specifically, I don't know the brand of this stuff. It's like wine drink. It's not wine, it's wine drink, which is why the Moscato is spelled wrong. It's not spelled wrong because it's like a misspelling. It's legally distinct, different. Yes. Moscato style wine beverage. Yes. My problem is I don't like the carbonation in them. I really love Twisted Tea. because it doesn't have any carbonation, but they are sweet. But yeah, they're just so convenient, and they're nice and refreshing, and I don't like beer, so it's nice to just be able to pick up a bottle of something and not have to be like, well, actually, I'm gonna need 6 lemons, a shaker, and a martini glass in order to have a beverage. I'm just a little too young to have ever had Zima. But those, like, Seagram's wine coolers, and I remember when Mike's Hard Lemonade came out. Recently I tried one of, well, relatively recently, I tried one of those, it's like actually Arnold Palmer now. Like Arnold Palmer makes a lemonade iced tea thing, but ugh. Nasty. I do not drink straight liquor anymore. Well, I mean, I never really did. I never, like, chose to drink straight liquor, but now I definitely do not do shots. See, that just doesn't sound good to me. I like my fancy $16 cocktails. That's probably smart, Rhino. Frankly. I don't have big drinky friends, but we love to go to, like, there's so many like outdoor farm distilleries and breweries. And they're just like a really fun destination. You know, you go out and you sit outside at a picnic table on a farm and you get this drink that has been made 20 feet away from you, and then you buy food from a food truck and you sit there with all your friends for a while and then you go home. We don't drink a lot, but oh, it's so fun. I like it. I like just sitting outside and chatting. I don't know if I've ever had a Tom Collins. That sounds good, though. I do like sweet. I like fruit flavors. I don't like smoky, I have discovered. Had something with mezcal in it the other... Well, I keep saying the other day like this was recently. Several months ago. Did not enjoy that. Baker likes whiskey. A lot more than I do. I tried this. I found this, like, I don't know. It was supposed to be a headache cure, and it was something suspended in alcohol from some herb shop that I buy hand salve from, and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's try it. But you're supposed to take it sublingually. You're supposed to take like a couple drops under your tongue. And again, it's suspended in alcohol. So you're basically just dripping fucking mouthwash directly onto the soft underside of your tongue, and I couldn't even do it. I was like, not even to cure a headache. I keep meaning to do mulled wine again. I have like fucking a million packets of mulling spice. Fancy little jars of mulling spice. But I just never get around. I never seem to get around to it in the winter. Because I feel like mulled wine is something that you want to have. You know, you gotta make like a big old pot of it and you gotta have it at a party. But I'm never in that, you know, in that location. It definitely, it's honestly, it's just practice. And what you don't see because you can't see it because it's too small is I usually miss the first couple times. I usually stab my needle through like 3 or 4 times. It also helps that the needle only really wants to go through where there's a hole, so you can kind of feel around with the tip of the needle for a hole. Oh, that sounds really nice, Omega. Honestly, I think I should just do some mulled cider and then get it over with. No, you don't want to use a dull needle, no. I mean, there are different needles for different things. If you use a dull needle, it'll be... It almost is kind of harder because you have to push around the things. You have to push around the fibers. I guess it's easier to split the fibers with a sharp needle, but then at the same time that can be a negative because then you split. You'll bring your floss through the fibers of another stitch as opposed to around them. Embroidery needles can be a little bit rounder than other needles, but they're still not necessarily dull. I didn't believe in gold needles for a long time. I was like, there's no way. That can't actually help. Why would I buy needles with gold on them? That's such a waste. But actually, they are so smooth. I mean, it can, I guess. I've never, like... I don't, like, dull my needles before I sew. Elden Ring was right the whole time! I keep catching myself thinking about the DLC. Oh, I hope... What if soon? And then, I don't know, somebody speculated February. I got excited just in time for my birthday. Well, I mean, stainless steel doesn't corrode either, and that's the majority of what the needles are. The gold, for the purposes of embroidery, the gold is smoother. It is slicker, slipperier. It slides through the fibers with less friction. but it also wears off really fast. Because obviously you're not going to have a solid gold needle, so it's usually just gold over the top of a steel needle. So you eventually get this place in the middle where there's no gold left, and there's no gold left on the point anymore. Oh, I hope so. That'll be awesome. Man, I've got some people at work taking the emergency phone for me for over the course of the next couple of weeks. Not because I'm going anywhere, just because they're available. Whew. So excited. All right. We're almost done. We just need him pants. Although I think I'll take a quick detour to finish off this first. Again, tricking myself to finish old projects. I mean him fur pants. He needs fur pants. Yeah, you know. Nice and furry. Come on. I love my little nippers that Grid also got me for Christmas. Little shears. Oh, shoot. Actually, that was unnecessary. Oh well. My god, I hate getting the fucking floss tangled around the knob of the hoop. It drives me nuts. Think up another, you know, goal. It was nice when we had all the Kirbys. I don't necessarily want to just do all of the Kirby enemies because I don't know. I mean, I do want to do that because, but I want to do every sprite ever, forever. Every time I see a pixel sprite, I'm like, I want to sew you. But I don't necessarily want to start the goal of do every Kirby enemy, but it was nice to have a goal, right? Like a clearly defined goal with parameters. I made the patterns for the Kirbys. Well, made is kind of a strong word. I looked up sprite sheets for all of the Kirbys, and I did my best to transfer what I saw in the sprite to a, like an Excel spreadsheet file. Well, really it was Google Sheets, but, you know. Like, I'll show you. So this is what my patterns look like. I know you can't see me on the camera anymore, but, you know, I pull basically a sprite. Most of the time they're not as clear as the one that I pulled for this one. Somebody had already cleaned this one up, so I'm kind of leaning on somebody else's work on this one, which I don't love to do, but I also did not want to spend 25 hours on this today. Usually the sprites are much smaller and they're much blurrier and you have to really try to make them be different, but also a lot of people have already done this work. There's a lot of people who have already created basically every sprite you could possibly want. They have made a perler bead out of it, or, you know, made a cross stitch out of it, or made something out of it. So, depending on what you're doing, they do exist. But this is how I like to do it, because then I have a record in my Google Drive of all the sprites that I have done before, and they're easier for me to kind of see. The bigger ones, it really helps me to have the cursor there to keep my place, so. But also, there's a lot of... Seth will be so mad for me not saying, but there's also a lot of programs that actually, you can upload pictures to, and it will make a pattern for you. I mean, it won't be 100%, you will have to fix it, but it can kind of... Programs do that. I am choosing to do it the hard, stupid way. There are easier and better ways to do this, and I don't know of them, because I like doing it this way. Brute force and ignorance, go! Exactly. Alright. Yeah, it makes me feel like I did it, and I'm not... Really what my concern is, like, most of the time, I love making these, and I'm gonna keep making them forever. But I have to get rid of them somehow. I can't have 100,000 of these. And I guess it's questionable whether or not I should be selling, you know, Nintendo derivative products. But that's a question that everybody can answer for. But I don't want to be selling somebody else's work. And for a sprite, it's like... The design is the design. I can put it into a scenario or with a material that is different of my choosing, but I want to try not to utilize other people's work if I'm going to be trying to sell these. So that's kind of the line that I try to walk. Whether or not I'm always correct is a separate question. Is it even worth using this little nubbin? Oh, that was kind of big. Oh well. I should really do another sprite blanket, but I don't know, I've been having a hard time with my wrist, so I'm gonna see how these exercises go. And I've been remaking Grid's blanket. So. But also those aren't really fun to watch for streams. They're fun to see the results of, but they're not fun to watch. Oh yeah, well, you know, when you are a craft person, you tend to make things for people that you care about, and I made Grid a blanket years ago. It was basically this. It was basically just a shit ton of purple hexagons. Septagons, whatever these are. I don't care. I just keep saying hexagons for the wrong shape. It was a bunch of these big purple panels, but I, washed it, and you can wash acrylic yarn, but I put it in the dryer for just a touch too long, for just a scotch too long, and it's really loose and floppy, so I'm pulling it all out and making it different. I'm just turning it into kind of smaller hexagons. See, I second-guessed myself. I should have just kept my mouth shut. Every time I don't think about it and I say hexagon, I'm just a wrong person who's wrong, but every time I hedge, I'm putting a little red in it, so. And this time I'll try not to toast it in the microwave. Nope. Dryer. Although once I did make Grid a Metroid blanket, but I almost never have that one out. I guess I haven't had that one out since we moved. But man, I don't know if I have a picture of that one anywhere. That one is striking. It's just like this Metroid sprite. I actually use the same exact pattern. Thank you. I use the same exact pattern for Grid's Metroid blanket, but the like specialty yarn, and it's really big. Not a small sprite. And it is a hell of a blanket. I haven't quite found anywhere to like put it, really. Do with Waddle Dee? I'm actually sure what didn't... I'm actually not sure what happened to Waddle Dee. Oh, we didn't kill him. That was the last sprite we sewed, and I was trying to figure out how to make it into a patch as opposed to displayed on a hoop, because I thought that would be both easier for me to store, and then also maybe potentially a little bit more useful to somebody who might want to have it. You can only do one thing with something if it's mounted on a hoop. Didn't quite come out how I wanted it to, but for the first iteration of an attempt, I think it was perfectly acceptable. Oh, maybe I put it on my jacket. I think I put it on my jacket. Now I gotta go look at my jacket. Yeah, put it on my jacket. Definitely not as clean as I wanted it to be. I need to, like, contemplate a better way to finish it. But it's just as durable as I wanted it to be, so that's nice. But I wonder if maybe a couple layers of, like, Stitch Witch or something would allow me to do a better... I don't know. Not sure. Have to think about it. Okay, well, I actually can't mount this one today because I don't have any fray check left, and I don't like doing it without fray check, so I think I'll just wait and buy some more. Which is great anyway, because I don't wanna... Because I hate finishing them, and I don't wanna. Damn it. Thank you. Sometimes I wonder if we should put chat back on the screen just because it seems it's like ultra weird when I upload the VODs to YouTube and there's no chat record, but I kind of don't like how busy it is myself. But also, reading the word minimalist next to the absolutely disaster that is my work table is very funny to me. Not that you guys can see most of it, but I assure you, the whole 3 feet over that way is just a nightmare. All right. Well, that came out nice. Yeah, I know, right? I also, like, I'm not helping myself because I just don't want to put in a lot of work. Cutting out the intro and re-uploading it is about the maximum amount of effort that I'm capable of doing. I'm proud of myself that I've been kind of doing sort of episode descriptions sometimes. At least for the recent VODs. For the old VODs where I can't remember what game we play, or I can't remember the game that I'm uploading, I don't do that very often, but... Where did I put... Here you are. Yeah, I mean... Some of the things are kind of neat, like... some of the engagement stuff, but yeah, I think it can be tiresome also. Okay. Oop. God, I'm so happy here though, like, all my stuff, this is gonna be even better when we get all the stream stuff into the basement and I have actually just, like, this is just a craft room, like, with a small Netflix and Tumblr machine. But I can just, all of the things that I need, I can just reach. This shelf here, it's so cool. There's so many drawers, and I can reach all the stuff in it. And, like, the dresser behind me is full of other stuff, and I don't have to, I mean, it's some stuff I have to get up to get, but like I could just reach scissors. And like I can put the scissors back where they go. Love it. I am so excited. Yeah, we're gonna do cubes in the closet. I know I've talked about that, but I just keep saying it, hoping that it'll happen faster. So then I'll be able to have... It is Rhino, yes. I've been, you know, the dresser is so silly because it is a dresser with, you know, the mirror on top of it. It's not anything else. And I keep thinking that maybe I should get rid of it, but it's pretty useful. Got a lot of drawers. Man, I just keep cross-threading this poor sad hoop. I guess one of the negatives of this Ida is that for small stuff like this, it doesn't really look printed. Because we kind of have it a little bit... Like, there's a star here, sort of. There's a star here, sort of. But you can't really tell the difference on this scale. And I don't want to waste a big piece of it just to see, you know, the background color that isn't the work, but I'll have to do a bigger Kirby piece with that. Hee. This came out real cute. That is true, it does, yeah. I think it suits it, too. Ooh, I'll have to check that out right now. Oh, you guys can't get me started on projects. I've got so many projects I need to finish first. Nice. Alright. Yeah, here's... Here's still where I am on this guy. Haven't really made any progress. Maybe I'll throw a couple lines in it today. It's just gonna be so much blue until we get to the claw hand, which is up here. We basically have another half of it to go. It's not even like... really a half to 2/3 of it to go. And now I did all the Kirby's and that was all the fun part. Now the rest is super boring. But... that's okay. Good, relaxing, mindless piece to work on. And honestly, it's great for the summer because it's not a big blanket that's sitting on my lap. Yeah, I love that too. I did not make this pattern, just for the record. Don't give me any credit, but I like that too. I love the shine. The shine lines here. And here. I think that's really fun. But... what else have I got going? I don't think I really have much else going on. I guess I can set these in hoops now that I have more. Maybe in the spring when we do our porch. Our Kirby patio. If we can manage to do our Kirby patio in the spring. Kirbio, yes. Come on. Oh, come on. Do I need pliers for this? Jesus. There you go. Can't tell if that's cross-threaded or if it's just like really closed or really tight. Also doesn't look quite even. That's better. And I go through so many of these little hoops. Man, that one went in so smooth. Oh, that's tight. Close to the bottom there. My eternal thriftiness always fucks me with cross stitch because I'm like, ah, this tiny piece of Ida would be perfect to fit in this, to fit this tiny sprite. And then it is, but then it's like this at the edge of the hoop. That's why I don't like doing anything without fray check, because I don't trust my dimensions. I know myself. I always cut too close. If this sky would be better. I think maybe. I think in almost all circumstances having too much negative space, too much empty space in around the design is unideal. Oop, that's bad. Oh, come on. I feel like Pretzel Rocks has done us good today. In terms of... We've had some bops. Not always been the case. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Going through all the VODs and trimming out all of my intro segments. I just keep listening to all the songs that we used to play over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I miss them. I do feel bad that our intros are silent these days, but I'm not willing to put in the work. Although now the way I record my VODs is it doesn't record the intro, so that rocks. Hacked. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, it looked like unfinished. It looked like half done. And now it looks the way I think it should. It is unfortunate that the teeth, you can't see the teeth. You can kind of, like in person, the shadows kind of delineate the teeth. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah, the pinking shears theoretically help it to fray less, or when it starts fraying, it's going to fray at the points as opposed to straight into the fabric. But when I order in some more fray check, basically fray check is glue. You basically just glue the edge of this and then tack it down the way we did. I guess I don't have one. Oh yeah, then we tack it down like this. And then we put that on. All right. All right, I think I'm about done. I think I've gotten as far as I can get for today. I gotta buy some more fray check. I think I'm gonna buy those little pendant dealies, and we're gonna see if we can make some tiny little necklace pendants, because I think that would be fun. Oh, it does. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Man, if I was confident that this would stay like this, I might have. Actually, I could probably make that happen. I'm gonna contemplate that as an idea, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I won't, like I said, I won't be back tomorrow, because I have a late actor pickup, but Tuesday we'll be back with Final Fantasy, and then we will... I really want to start Ukulele, the second one, on Wednesday, so that'll be fun. And then I'll figure out what else we're gonna do next weekend for some more crafty stuff. But I'm gonna send you to Fedrin, because we haven't seen her in a while. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night!